Christmas!
Hello, and welcome back to our very special Christmas episode of Podcast Assemble. If you can't tell, I'm wearing a hat. My name's Tommy, and as always, I'm delighted to be joined by my friend and co-host, who is across the pond. It is our resident inanimate object of the pod. DL, how are you, mate?
You're a fucking inanimate object.
You're an inanimate fucking object!
That's
What a way to start the podcast. It's one of my all-time favorite film quotes.
it's up there, man. This movie's got quite a few of them.
So many quotable things. I love this film. Oh my god, I can't wait to talk. I literally, this has been on my list of things to talk to you about for so long, and I just needed to find a reason to talk to you about in Bruges. Like it's amazing.
I think we've I had to look at our repertoire of our history because I was like, didn't we already do this? I think I've just
done a lot
talked
of
about this
films.
movie with so many people so much that I just assumed we'd already done a pod on it, which is
Well, we're past
Testament
episode
to it.
200 now, baby. We're here. We are smashing through, and we're starting a brand new, yet another anthology. One of our many anthologies, which we haven't done many of recently. We should come back to.
No, skipped them really.
We have, but there's been a lot of good movies coming out. Good movies. There's been a lot of movies coming out. Go back and listen. You'll see what we think about it. This is movies set at Christmas that aren't Christmas movies. And there were a lot to choose from.
I think this is a Christmas movie now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we
I've
can talk about
this
that.
is a Christmas movie. Do you want to tell the listeners what the other ones we debated were? It was a good list.
It was a great list. And actually, some of these we are 100% going to have to come back to because I need to talk to you about some of these movies. So In Bruges was obviously at the top of the list. We had Gremlins. Have we done Die Hard? I feel like we've done Die Hard.
We did do Die Hard.
We should really look into that. I don't know. I feel like we have, but who knows? Lethal Weapon, Long Kiss Goodbye. Actually, you know what? We did do Die Hard. I think we did it last year because we decided it definitely was a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Right. Long Kiss Goodbye, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Batman Returns, Iron Man 3, Enemy of the State, The Bourne Identity, all set at Christmas, not necessarily known as Christmas movies.
Batman Returns is probably a stretch, no?
Ooh, it's a tough one. I don't know if I'm. Is that just because it's?
I didn't know The Bourne Identity was Christmas either, but I'll gladly take it.
Neither did I.
Christmas.
Well, look, this is ChatGPT, so we were just talking about this off air. Who knows if ChatGPT is the best one anymore? Maybe we should ask Copilot or Gemini and see what that says.
Yeah, fair call.
Mate, how are you doing? How are you?
Life is good. Can't complain. Who'd listen, man? What do we got? The holidays coming up. It's like, what else can you ask for, man?
So excited for the holidays. I need a break.
Yeah, I need a Christmas holiday pint party where I just drink all the pints and then don't go to work for 2 weeks, which is coming.
Well, this week was our Christmas party at work, and I may have done just that.
Exactly that.
Yeah. You know all those memes where it's like the things you do at your Christmas party and like you're getting dragged in front of HR for them? I'm pretty sure I was on the borderline for a lot of them. Like talking about, how great the leadership is and how excited you are for the new year. I was like,
That's why we're going to start up, man. There's no HR yet. You're in the clear.
Dreamy. Next time. Well, whenever I do finally get made redundant, I will join you. No, well, I mean, it's actually happening a lot. At the moment, my head is very hot. I don't know how long this hat's going to last right now. Did you have your Christmas party yet, or did you have your Christmas gathering?
No, it's next week. Yeah,
Oh,
Wednesday.
Nice. That's exciting. Ooh, Wednesday. Ours was Wednesday. That is such a unique day to do a Christmas party.
It's a nice way to put it. I mean, I guess it leads to a terrible Thursday. But
Well, I actually took Thursday off. I thought ahead. Okay, right, so you know this about me. There is I have a bit of a reputation at this point at work for smoke bombing on like work events. And I know I do. But it's a case of there's a level that people get to and you just go, I know now's the time to leave. Like if you're not on that level with everybody else,
yeah,
usually the time people start retiring to the bathroom very regularly. It's like if I'm not at that level with everybody else,
yeah.
you're not going to enjoy yourself for the rest of the evening. So I tend to smoke bomb. And I was like, you know what? This is the one. This is the one. Everyone can see the real Tommy. He's coming. He's going to enjoy himself. So I took Thursday off. I was like, nah. And a lot of my work colleagues were messaging me, been like, I'm in a world of pain, right?
A dark place.
The week before, like our whole sales team had been flown over to Southeast Asia for like a week. So they'd all been partying for like a whole week. A bunch of them got the flu, so a lot of them couldn't even come to the Christmas party. It's actually called something else now.
Just for their sales kickoff or something.
Yes, for their sales kickoff. It was actually really contentious because a lot of people didn't get the invite who maybe should, and there were a lot of people who were a little bit pissed off. But so there was like a core group of people who were like corpses already. They were like they just needed a rest, and they were like, "Yay, another day of drinking." Yeah, we've all been there. So where's yours? Where are you having your Christmas party?
I think we're just going to a pub. Nice little pub.
Dream. A little bit of Guinea.
I don't know which pub it is. I wouldn't want to tell all the fans, have
Just
them
in case they
swarm
rocked
us
up.
at our Christmas party. Yeah.
I don't think this episode's going to come out until after your Christmas party. But that,
Keep it
imagine our 10
low-key.
listeners all rocking up and saying hi.
It's they might take up the reserve spot at the pub. We couldn't have that.
Guys, if you want to stick around and listen to us chat about our weeks, please feel free to. Will be Timecodes, as always, in the description, supplied by Mr. Matthew Bliss of mbpod.com. What a legend. Merry Christmas to you, Matt. Feel free to drop us a 5-star review, give us a like, subscribe. All things help the algorithm, stuff we don't understand. If you're on YouTube, give us a comment. Tell us we're idiots. Tell us on a Star Wars episode that we don't say Jar Jar Binks right. All the things that are going to help with engagement. It doesn't matter. Good, bad, it's all engagement. So give us a thing. Give us a like.
Is there a right way
to
say Jar Jar Binks? Like, I don't even know what it could be. Like,
well, I don't know, man. I didn't know any of the names of the Jedis, and I'm sure someone will tell me. Long neck guy, big head guy, short guy, Yoda. They're all there. So let us know. Give us that engagement. We love it. We appreciate it when you do. DL, mate, what have you been up to? What's been happening?
Dude, I've been reading. Gail was away, so I watched like three. This big old thing, dude. I started.
You still reading the Shantaramanan?
No, I couldn't. I took a break. I'm gonna go back to it, but it's one of those books where I can't keep going in and out of it. I need to be on a holiday and just get like third of it done and then be in it because I keep stopping and starting.
Absolutely me with the new James Islington book, which, as everyone knows, we are big fans of James Islington, and we have both bought The Strength of the Few. I pre-ordered it.
I did too, but mine came like 2 weeks after yours.
I think I totally forgot and then pre-ordered it like a couple of days before. But that's exactly the same feeling. I need like a break. I need to have a bit of mind space so I can just power through the last of what I'm currently reading and then get into it.
Yeah, well, I'm reading a different dense book. This one, it's the book 2, Wheel of Time, and I probably 3 weeks ago I started it, and I'm already at the back third of it. So,
whoa! So you're really enjoying it?
Well, it's just I'm enjoying it, but I have like complaints for sure. But I like it overall. It's finally some bad stuff that's like realistically bad. Like finally the characters are actually getting some like shit thrown at them. This book like took a while for that to happen. That didn't feel a bit like expected. Some unexpected shit happening.
I just realized, by the way, the film we're going to be talking about today is a lot about juxtapositions and very different types of personalities and characters. And we are literally the polar opposites sitting here right now.
Yeah.
I'm like bright.
I don't know what's going on with your fucking shirt as well. Actually, how did I let you slip that one by? That is a famously bad shirt. That's a bad Tommy shirt.
I wear this to work once a year, every year, and it's starting to get noticed. And people are a bit like, "Are you gonna fucking wear that shirt again?" I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Where does one even purchase that?
Mate, I don't even know at this point. It's at least 5 years old. So sorry, you've this is your second book in the Wheel of Time series. So you're chugging through, and they're big books. So you are enjoying them.
I'm enjoying them. They've got flaws, but they're good overall. And it's an exciting world for sure. So I was doing that. Then Gail was gone. I watched True Grit, the original one though, with John Wayne. Yeah, it's a follow up. I watched like the Rio Grande or the Rio Bravo. I forget what it is. One of his other ones last week. So I just kept that train rolling. And that True Grit was good. I mean, you could see why that's the one they remade.
Oh, okay, interesting. Why is that? Is it because it's quite a modern?
It's just like the original was also good. Like they didn't change much, to be honest. Like it was quite a the new one with Matt Damon and
Josh Brolin.
No, well, he is in it, but he's just barely in it. The main character is the guy from the dude. Well, I can't.
The dude. Oh, sorry, go on. Keep telling me about it. I'll find him. My brain has gone dead as well.
Yeah, he's also in Tron. I mean, this is really tough. I don't know why.
Jeff Bridges.
Can't remember. Jeff Bridges. There he is. As you said it,
Two movie podcasters can't remember the name Jeff Bridges. Jesus.
Anyway, he's great in it, but so is the original John Wayne. And Yeah, it's almost like a scene for scene adaptation for the most
Oh,
part.
really?
Honestly, yeah.
Is it more gritty because it's an older version, or do you think the new one updates it nicely?
Honestly, I think I don't think there's much that changes. I think it's just like a
Okay,
different it's a bit funnier, the new one, because it's a bit more like toned to like the modern sensibilities, but it is pretty close as far as adaptions go to being like scene for scene, character for
interesting.
character. Yeah,
I'm
for
down for
sure.
that. I don't. I would. I need to go back and watch True Grit. It's probably been 10 years since I watched the remake, let alone the original. So I should probably go back and do that. Maybe we could do it in the new year for our continuing Western anthology at some point.
Another one that I thought we did, but very down.
We
Yeah.
absolutely have not. We did do No Country for Old Men. That's the one we did. If you remember,
Yeah.
we did
Yeah,
that
this
because
is
that's
like a
such a good
true
film.
Western. No Country for Old Men's like a quasi Western. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
it's more like the modern.
Yeah.
It's like the end of the Western era, kind of like it's that sort of encroaching modernism piece. Like I find that
Like a
really
modern
interesting.
Western. Yeah, like, there's still people that farm, but they're not doing too hot. You know? There's still cattle farmers, but
Farmers do all
yeah.
right, mate. Farmers do all right. They're not. So you recommend the original True Grit?
Yeah,
I suppose if you're a Western fan, you should have seen it anyway.
I'd recommend, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, nice.
Especially if you, are a Western fan. Even if you're not, it's a good one. Maybe start with the modern
Okay.
one, but
Mm. I mean, like I need to go back and rewatch it. 'Cause like I said, it's probably been 10 years, but I think as like a jumping off point, I'd like to remind myself how good that film is because it's great. I mean, the modern one's great.
yeah, honestly, I'd prefer Jeff Bridges over John Wayne, but that might just be
Mm.
because, I've seen John Wayne in so many westerns. I wonder, like, his character shifts. It kind of moves a bit, but it's generally like
Mm.
the same kind of guy. He's a bit different in this. It was the only one he ever won an Oscar for. His only Oscar win was for True
Really?
Grit. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That is
Fact
I
check
mean,
me, internet.
he's only Western because I think he's won once. I'm pretty sure he's won more Oscars than. Hang on,
Maybe. I mean, this will be an easy one to check, but
let's find out. John Wayne
yeah,
Oscars.
definitely the only Western. Maybe less. Has John Wayne won any Oscars?
John Wayne won one best. Yeah, you're right. Only one for True Grit. That's so.
There you go.
Oh, hang on a minute. Has he won any directorial ones?
Who cares? I was talking about acting. Let's not change
Okay,
the
all right, yeah,
subject.
fine. Okay, that is really interesting. I did not know that. That's a fascinating tidbit. I love a bit of trivia, DL. You know I love a bit of trivia. That's
Well, I got
beautiful.
something for you later. Do I? Do
Oh,
I?
I got some trivia truffles for you, baby. All right, couple of things I've been doing. One actually we watched. I think maybe off the back of you and me talking off air because I think this is months ago, but you were talking about Zodiac for some reason. I'm not sure why. The movie with
I
Jake
love that movie, so maybe.
Gyllenhaal. Gyllenhaal.
It's an odd way to say his name.
Have you ever seen his interview? He's on like one of the late night shows.
No way he does that.
It. You watch it. You watch it.
Alright.
Matt splicing him saying Gyllenhaal.
I have to help you with it. It is actually Gyllenhaal.
Hello?
There it is.
It's it's a good film, man. I enjoyed that film a lot. It's
It is quite good.
really interesting representation of like the police in the 80s. It's still early here. Help me help you. It's a really interesting representation of the police pre-internet, the machismo of some of them, that sort of like almost toxic masculinity, and just one person who's willing to like see through, something which is quite coded and puzzled. Really good. I really like that film. You obviously have seen it and you like it.
Yeah, for sure. Robert Downey Jr. is good in it too.
So good. So good in it. I'd say my only minor problem with it was maybe 30 minutes too long. I felt like there's a part where it was just Gyllenhaal going to different places on like fetch quests and nothing came up. And I was like, okay, well, I've seen this. What else have you got? And it just kept doing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Well, that's
Investive.
kind of the
Yeah.
point of like an unsolved case for years, but like I get your point. I get your point.
Yeah, it sort of it got into that mode a little bit, but like such good. I can see why people love it so much. I mean, I hadn't actually seen it. I thought I had, and then I was watching. I
Yeah.
was like, no, I don't know any of this. So yeah, good one. Good little
Great
rewatch.
flick. Great flick.
Good flick. Netflick. It was on. Flicking Netflick. Don't know why that's a thing I just made up. And then speaking of Netflick, we watched we watched the Diddy documentary. I got a really hard flick.
Oh, gross. What is he flicking? Yeah.
We watched the Diddy documentary, produced by 50 Cent, who is incredibly happy with himself. I don't know if you've seen any of the interviews he's been doing.
I haven't, but I know that 50 is fucking.
He's so smug.
He's petty, bro. He
Oh
is.
my
You do not
god!
want to get. He will remember that motherfucker holds a grudge.
Well,
Yeah.
ironically, like a lot of this documentary is, and don't get me wrong, like it's really interesting. It's not like the first 2.5 episodes of stuff you probably already know about, like his background, how he sort of became famous off the back of a big tragedy, and then sort of the stuff with Tupac and Big. Not that much new information in there, but the way it's presented, it's through the eyes of people who have been close to him over the years. I mean, all of them have got like a grudge with Diddy for one reason or another. So there's a reason why they're doing it. But at the same time, it's really interesting to get the people who have been closest to him and have them giving their perspectives on a lot of this stuff. And then it gets into sort of like the newer side of things and all that happened with Cassie and like the women he's apparently allegedly had encounters with, let's say. It's pretty compelling, man. It's dark. Like
You watched the whole thing.
Yeah, we burned through it. I mean, my partner's like, she is a massive binger, and like we finished it yesterday. I think we took 2 days or something. It's only 4 episodes, hour-long episodes, 4 episodes. Good, compelling, interesting people to have talking to. One of the really interesting things was Diddy was for some reason filming a lot of the stuff he was doing on the lead up to being arrested. So there's all this footage that 50 Cent somehow got hold of, which probably should have been sequestered by the police. Just of him in the hotel before he gets arrested, the things he talks about, the things he's doing, how he's talking to his lawyers, who he obviously knows it's coming, the arrest. And he's like, you got to do better. You got to get a PR train going. It's really interesting. Super interesting.
It sounds like he
love
just didn't actually think he was going to get done for that long.
Well,
He's like talking about PR trains. Like, what is he like? You know, that's you think he would think I've got bigger issues, but if he's like, no, the PR is bad on this, like, then he's clearly thinks like, maybe a couple of years.
I think the opposite. The jury were allowed to go home after every session, so like obviously social media and stuff may have influenced him. And he only got 50 months. That's what, like 4-ish years. And
that's crazy.
He could have gone away for like multiple life sentences, which is wild. So like there is clearly an element of him trying to manipulate broadly the narrative, I would say, which is fascinating, super fascinating. Give it a watch. I
will. Some people have said that he's a Fed informant.
That's interesting.
Wouldn't it be? Yeah.
Wouldn't
if that was like, because it like then it kind of makes sense why it's like. Anyway, I haven't seen the documentary. I will watch.
There's nothing on that in there. There's nothing about him potentially being a Fed or anything in there.
Well, no, I know that, but I just mean like maybe that explains how he's gotten off. You know, that could be a whole another set of conspiracy theories. But
they do talk to a couple of the jurors, and the jurors were pretty. It is interesting when they're talking to the jurors, but like that would make some sense how they managed to knock it down so much, I would say. But yeah, sorry, you were saying.
Oh, all I know.
Too much eggnog for you, sir.
Yeah, all I know is from what I've heard about these parties, I'd sooner fucking teabag a bear trap than attend one. Like,
right. Woof. Yeah, wow. They do have an interview with, I've totally forgot his name off the top of my head. It's so it's a producer who produced Diddy's most recent album, and some of the stuff he talks about, man, is just like, yo, this guy's like, I have to tell my truth. And I'm like,
oh no,
your truth is really, really sad.
Hold it in, dude. Hold in your truth when it comes to Diddy parties. I don't want to hear about. I don't want it.
Watch it and come back to me. Tell me what you think. It's
okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot of things. I don't know how much of it is true. How much I don't know. I wasn't there, but it sounds like
I can't imagine a guy telling his truth about a Diddy party. The guy's lying. Like that's a pretty. I don't know why you put that on yourself.
It's not even a Diddy party. So it's while they were producing his new album, they were partying. He flew him out to like Miami, and they're in his house, and they're bringing like girls over from like right. And there's all this stuff like he wakes up and he's like, I have no idea how I got to where I am, and parts of him are in pain, and he's like, what is happening? And he's like, he's just powering through because
Let me guess, his finger hurts.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
He's
he
got
hurt
a
his toe.
sprained pinky.
Yeah. He hurt his
Pinky
big toe. That's
finger.
what it is.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
And he's like, yeah,
dangerous.
this is just really good publicity for me producing Diddy's album. And he powers through for that reason. And he's just like, nobody cared when he was telling them that all this stuff was happening.
Careful with your words. Powered through. Anyway, I think we've had enough of Diddy for now.
I recommend at least watching it and getting that perspective and see what you think. Because
Okay,
I mean, like,
will do.
in the end, it's court public opinion, isn't it? Guys, if there's anything you recommend we watch and talk about, let us know. You can find us at Podcast Assembly, thepodcastassemble@gmail.com. Find us everywhere. We've got a website, www.podcastassemble.com. We are everywhere. Find us on YouTube. Leave us comments. Tell us things we should watch. DL, do you want to preface our main topic this week?
It's the main topic theme.
Our main topic. I mean, how else do I say it other than I've probably seen this movie 10 times plus.
At least.
Maybe more.
Minimum.
It's got a special place in my heart. I think after watching it again, I think I'm willing to say it's like a top 3 movie for me.
Top
which
5,
is a wild.
Easily.
Like top 3 is like top 5 is one thing. Top 3 is like wow. But
it's definitely a Mount Rushmore for comedies, without question.
I like even for dramas. Like it's anyway. I married a Belgian. My cat's name is Bruges.
Literally.
Let's be real. I'm about to wax poetic for about an hour, and I'm not sure if that's great content, but like, it's gonna happen. This is a perfect movie. Name a flaw.
It's nigh on.
Name a flaw.
We're of course doing our new anthology, which is movies set at Christmas that aren't Christmas movies. You're gonna defend that and say that you think this is a Christmas movie. Absolutely, in Bruges is one of my all-time favorites. Like this is
great movie.
This is just right up there. And we're going to go full spoilers on this. Do you have a stupid plot summary?
I do.
It's hard.
It's hard. It's not really stupid. I'm not really doing the stupid. I didn't do it. I am giving Colin Farrell his due.
You give me a summary.
I'm giving Colin Farrell his due. I'm saying Colin Farrell's Oscar-winning performance. Like,
okay,
even though it didn't happen in my alternative world, he deserves an Oscar for this movie. In fact,
this definitely won awards.
Yeah, I should have done this before the pod, but while you say yours, I'm going to look up what won Best Picture this year.
All right, okay, that's good. I say don't look up what awards this won because it may or may not come up in Truffles trivia. Mine is very simply, Hitman hits on Belgian girl, gets hit. That's the movie in a nutshell.
I mean,
and it's quite hard to say.
It's a
bit of a tongue twister. Yeah,
you missed a lot of midgets, but sorry, bleep it.
Dwarfs.
Whatever you want. Well,
I think they prefer that. I mean, look, I'm not one, so it's whatever. I mean, if you just
missed my joke, brother.
Well, if you get so we had a lads' Christmas party last weekend. I went out 3 times in the last 7 days, which is something I've not done in a long time, and I am not going to do it again for a long time. And so, I am not the tallest of my group of friends. But my T-shirt, which will never is going to be burnt, by the way, is literally it. They gave me a horrific T-shirt. So we all had bad lads T-shirts. We're nearly 40, man. We should have grown out of this by now. But mine was like, it said something like Short Kings Society, or like the Short Kings Appreciation Society, Short Kings Appreciation Society, something. And it was like it had just a bunch of pictures of little people, and me, who was on the head of what's Dr. Mini Me.
Where did you wear this?
I had to wear it out around Manly for like 6 hours. It was
God. If you did that in England, you might end up in jail.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Manly. Everyone's a little bit racist over here, so it was. Anyway, this film, not that anyone cares that I did that, is from Martin McDonagh, who he's only done like 6 films, but they are like 6 primo
I've only seen
films.
this one and the Banshees of Hiroshima.
Right, so Banshees of Inisherin, 7 Psychopaths, among others. You haven't seen any of his other films.
I realized I didn't know he had 6. I thought he had like 3. So now I'm excited to go watch the others.
Right. Well, I've seen this and 7 Psychopaths and Banshees of Inisherin. 7 Psychopaths isn't my favorite. Like, I think it shot too high. I know that sounds silly, but
it's going to be hard to. I think that I got to go in with luck. I think nothing's going to be this movie for me, and I have to know that.
No, right. And I think I kind of expected it to be in for many reasons, and perhaps that's why I didn't have a great time with it. I should probably watch it back with a different mindset, but it is very good. I like a lot of the people in that. Christopher Walken's in that. One of my all-time favorites. Christopher Walken. I wish I could do a Christopher Walken accent. That's one of my all-time fave impressions. This has obviously got Colin Farrell as Ray. again, might be among one of my all-time favorite actors. It's got Ralph Rafe, whatever you call him.
Ray
It's
Fiennes.
Harry,
Voldemort.
who we'll talk about. Yes, it has
Yeah.
Voldemort. Very
Yeah.
Voldemort performance in this. It's got Brendan Gleeson as Ken, who I also love. Clemence Puzzet as Chloe, who you would know from Harry Potter and Tenet.
You would.
Kieran Hines as Priest, and it's got Jimmy Prentice, who I will mention because we, once upon a time, talked about Howard the Duck, and he played Howard the Duck. If you remember that film, only the real ones remember that. The real ones, way before. So talk to me then. What's the plot of this?
Well, before I do that, I'm going to tell you what won in 2009 for Best Picture and Best Actor.
Okay, 2009. Can I guess? 2009.
If you'd like
that's
to.
It's around the time of Iron Man 3. That's not the Crash year, was it?
No, Crash was way earlier. I'm pretty sure. I think
Okay,
it's like
what was it?
2004. It's Slumdog Millionaire, which is a great movie. But my main complaint here is who won Best Actor over Colin Farrell, and the movie is called Milk. Do you remember it?
Oh my God, no, I do not. That sounds terrible.
It is Sean Penn, IMDb score of 7.4, and he won Best Actor for his portrayal of Harvey Milk in Milk. I'm sorry, Colin Farrell was robbed. I don't have to see this movie. I just looked at the thumbnail. It's shit.
It looks garbage.
Highway robbery.
Milk.
Colin Farrell.
It even sounds bad. Like
in my eyes.
Milk.
Yeah, it does.
2008. This is a really bad cover for a film.
The thumbnail's not great.
No, it's not. I kind of want to watch it though, just to see. Because look, good cast, right? Sean Penn, Josh Brolin, Diego Luna's in this. Alison Pill.
Really?
Good cast, man.
Wait,
Yeah.
you mean Andor or Diego Luna?
Yeah.
Oh wow, maybe I'll go see it. But anyway, I stand by my take.
Oh, James Franco. Oh, bad dude. Maybe not.
He's also a good actor, though. To be fair.
Yeah, bad dude though. Go on then. What happens this film? Talk to me about the plot.
Well, look, it starts out, and we're gonna do full spoilers for In Bruges. So fuck off if you don't want to hear it, and really do fuck off because I want you to watch this movie as it's meant to be watched.
And if you haven't seen this film, just stop now, go away, watch it, come back and laugh along with us.
And to be completely fair, this is one of those movies that has like really high rewatch value. So even if I did spoil it for you, you would probably be fine, but don't do that.
You notice things, even on, I must have like you, I must have seen this over 10 times, and I'm still noticing things that maybe I didn't notice the first time around.
I noticed something that I'm shocked I didn't notice, that I didn't
Interesting.
the first time. Like after
Save it for miscellaneous notes. We'll do them at the end.
Yeah, it might be one of those things where you're like so engrossed in the movie that you forgot you knew it, which is like an even bigger statement.
That's even better. Yeah, go on, talk to me.
We follow, without quite knowing why, we follow two men that are taking a little hideaway in Bruges,
together,
Belgium.
On a beautiful vacation.
Yeah, and one of them in the same small little bed and breakfast. And those two men are Colin Farrell and Gleeson. Is it Jack Gleeson? What's his first name?
It's not Domhnall, I can tell you that. I always get that wrong. Brendan
Gleeson. And we don't know really what they're up to, but eventually we kind of do find out that they're hiding away after a hit gone wrong. They're in organized crime or some kind of assassin little hitman group. And they
such a quaint little hitman group,
book reading hitman group. Christmas sewing.
Tell me what you thought of Othello, and then go and kill that person.
Yeah. With this crew, they might do something like that. They have their own little honor code. They have this weird, thing going on. But it is fair to say that we see them in Bruges with pretty, as the name would suggest, with pretty different views on Bruges' value as a little town.
In case you don't know, Bruges, it's in Belgium.
Oh yeah. To be fair, it's
one of my all-time favorite lines in a movie. It's so fucking good. Yeah, really, it's so good.
Medieval town.
Well, yeah. I gotta ask you this. Tell me then, outside of being a phenomenal movie, if you were to replace all the characters in this with Muppets and keep one human, who do you keep?
I should know this.
You didn't think about this. You should know this is coming. You absolutely should. I mean, the obvious answer is Colin Farrell because, he is fantastic.
He's punching everyone. He's so funny.
The bit with the Americans.
Yeah. Well, there's so many Americans. Yeah.
The large Americans. We'll talk about them.
Yeah.
I also like the idea of Jordan Prentice. the dwarf in this. I like the idea of him being
everyone
the only
else,
human.
him being a giant.
And
That would get old.
it's almost
That would get old real quick, though. But I mean, it's the novelty.
wouldn't it be funny when he's walking around the street and he's like, I waved at you and you didn't wave back at me. Why didn't you wave back at me? And he's
Yeah,
like, I was on a lot of ketamine that day.
yeah. I think Gleason maybe because then
Yeah,
like you see
okay.
Colin Farrell as a Muppet, just like wrecking fools.
So good.
And I just also think Colin Farrell's accent as a Muppet is like if it's still his voice, that would be fucking fire.
it would have
some
to be his
Muppets
voice.
spitting these bars, like it'd be fucking funny.
That's so good. All right, let's stick with Colin Farrell for this. Look, despite the acclaim for this film, it wasn't actually a commercial success right off the bat. So, one question I have for you is: did you see this in cinemas, or when do you first remember seeing this? Because
No,
I don't
it's a
think I
great-
saw this in cinemas, but I remember when it came out on DVD. I was like, I bought it on day and date because I'd heard such great things about it. So it got like a cult following pretty much off the bat.
Sometime in college. I don't remember it. I remember seeing it and I was like, just me. It was either like back home on HBO at my dad's house at the time, and he had HBO, so it was like we'd always like huddle at his place and watch stuff. And I'm pretty sure I saw it there, and I was just like, I was alone though. I was like, how have I never heard of this fucking movie? It's so good. And I was obsessed with it. It was it got me really into movies for like a good couple years. Like I hadn't been a movie buff or into them as much.
Yeah,
and
right.
Got me back in.
Actually, I'm lying to you. So I didn't technically lie to you. I forgot a piece of the truth. My
Okay,
first
is that
time,
what that is?
my first time viewing this was a lot of people who around Diddy have that as well.
Yeah.
My first time viewing this, I think I pirated it, and I remember being like, "This is so good, I have to buy the DVD when it comes out." So that's why I
You
went
felt
day and
guilt.
day and bought the DVD.
You were like,
No, I
felt
just
guilt.
liked it. I liked it so much. I was like, I need this forever. I need this in my life. I need to keep hold of this. I need a physical thing.
To be fair, I just bought it to watch it because it was on nothing, and I was like, I'm fine buying this one. It'll be in my Apple purchases forever.
Yeah, absolutely. So you saw it like outside of
Outside of theaters.
outside of the cinema experience. I would have loved to have seen this at the cinema though. I mean, like, imagine seeing this at Christmas in the cinema. It would be beautiful.
Great. Yeah, great movie.
But you think it's a Christmas movie?
I think it's my favorite Christmas movie. If we're
You
gonna
think
play
it's a
that
Christmas
game.
movie? Is it a Christmas movie though?
I think it transcends Christmas for sure, but it is my favorite
Okay.
Christmas movie.
Okay, how?
I won't put it in that category because it transcends that category. It's just like an all-time great film.
It's a Christmas
I
movie.
would
name
even
only,
argue
really. Like, there's Christmas decorations around Bruges, but there's not like it's not.
They
Christmas
talk about
movie.
Christmas. There's a Christmas
Okay.
carol. There's a Christmas market.
Okay.
They go through. I would argue like Home Alone is a Christmas movie that transcends Christmas movies as well. This is
That's
a
fair.
non-Christmas
And Die Hard.
movie that, I don't know. You can call it what you will. It's a great movie. Yeah.
This is such a satisfying movie to me. Like everything about it, like it's paced brilliantly. The characters are amazingly done. The humor's phenomenal. There is this sense of moral nihilism about the film, which
Complexity
I think
for sure. Yeah.
so complex. I think seeing that as a youth, so I was probably around 20 to 21 when I first saw this. Seeing that as a person that age made me believe in movies. It made me believe movies can be all these things. And I don't ever remember really seeing movies before that and feeling so invested in sort of that sense of nihilism, which is a thing
Yeah.
that I really resonate with this movie. And it's deep on so many levels, and following these characters as they find out we find out more about them, and they sort of expose their flaws and all of the darkness in their past. It is just so beautifully done.
Mate. It is like so funny and so deeply emotional in moments that like and then there's like the
100%.
moments that are deeply emotional and funny, and you're just like, how am I feeling?
And a line cuts through. Ugh.
And I'm like, how am I feeling both these emotions? Like there's this one like beautiful sequence where, they're on the date, and like, I'm going to just name like some great moments that like on
Yeah,
this film
do it.
that I
Absolutely
happen
do
to
it.
like take note of. And it's like the dialogue where, she's like, what do you do? I kill people for money. And she says, oh, really? Is there much money in that? No, he says, I kill priests and children, that kind of stuff for money. She goes, is there much money in that? And she says, priests, yes, children, not so much. And then she goes like, what do you, and he goes, what do you do? She's like, I sell cocaine and heroin to fucking from Belgium to wherever. And she goes, why do I look like I do that? And he goes, no. And he goes, do I look like I kill for a living? And she goes, only the children. And he just goes, like, there's just like, I butcher the dialogue sequence, but you get the
Amazing.
moment where it's just
yeah.
Colin Farrell's acting in that scene is like some of the best
Phenomenal.
acting I've ever seen. Because he's just like, he makes this noise and his eye twitches, and you both laugh and like feel the pain that he's trying to hide, and it almost sneaks back in that moment. He's trying to like push it away in this beautiful moment with this beautiful woman where he's like living a normal life, and he can't quite do it. Right? It seeps through a little bit, and it's just it's such great acting.
So for context, the setup of this movie is very simple, and obviously this is full spoiler, so don't worry about it. But
yeah,
like
I just jumped straight to my favorite part. Sorry.
No, it's and I love that. But like the context of that is that effectively they were on a botched job in which Ray, Colin Farrell's character, has to kill a priest, who, by the way, is
another great actor,
Kieran Hines, who you will know as Mance Rayder, the King Beyond the Wall in Game of Thrones. Very, very small, almost cameo piece for him, but really great acting. And in killing him, he shoots through him and kills a small child as well. And it's this whole big moral dilemma about them. They have been sent out to hide away from London and away from the fallout of this. They don't know why they're there. They think they might be on a job. They think they might be there to, like, fuck, my head is so hot. I have to take this off.
Yeah, they think they might be on a job because they're like, we could have gone to Croydon. And that's like, now I finally know Croydon. They're like, oh, yeah, or Coventry. Now I know Coventry. I'm like, damn, shots fired. Fucking whoa.
But it's a juxtaposition of their experiences in this town. While one of them is sort of spiraling in terms of his depression, he also hates where they are. There is a phenomenal line he says about his feelings towards towards Bruges, and he uses the hard R word. And it is just so perfectly done. Versus this other person who is the polar opposite. He's there, trying to keep him safe, but also having a great time. And it's almost like the straight man, silly man thing. Like it's the playing off against each other. It's just great.
No, it is. It is great. And I mean, they tell you like everything in the first line of the movie, and you completely forget about it. After I killed them, I dropped the gun in the Thames, washed the residue off my hands in the bathroom of a Burger King, and walked home to wait instructions. Shortly thereafter, the instructions came through. Get the fuck out of London. Get the fuck out of London, you dumb fucking cunts. Get to Bruges. I didn't even know where Bruges fucking was. Like, what a fucking line, dude. It's so good.
The narrative, the narration that bookends this film is just, it's so witty. And that is one of the things. This film is goddamn, like, it's dark humor, but it's so witty as well. Like, it is such crisp dialogue. It's literally amazing. But I also really love, like, that, going back to that straight man, silly man thing, trope. It's almost like a trope. But I just love Ray is just like a child the whole time. Colin Farrell, just the whole movie, is just acting out like he's a kid who's on a road trip who doesn't want to be there. He's like, do I have to? He's like, of course you don't fucking have to. It's just
have to. Do I have to? It's just Jesus' fucking blood. Do I have to?
It's so good. But he plays it so well. And I feel like Brendan Gleeson is like the juxtaposition to him and his sort of like stoicism almost in the face of this guy who's just being so petulant and annoying. He's just so good. And when he finally snaps in that scene, it's beautiful. It's so well done.
It is. And part of you knows that feeling of being like, I've done the tour all day, I'm fucking ready for the pint, and Colin Farrell's just feeling that way the entire movie. Like,
but he's feeling that from the minute he wakes up.
Yeah, that's just where his head's at. Because he's like, for a variety of reasons, because that's partially who he is, I think, and also because he's trying to fucking drown out this fucking overwhelming sense of guilt and depression from what he's done, which is like kill a small child. Yeah.
Right. Another one is that purpose and reckoning with your beliefs, which I find really interesting too. So like there are many moments in a film whereby someone is talking about their beliefs and then they have to go ahead and follow through with them later on. Harry is a better example.
Yeah, it's like a weird honor or moral code. We'll get to that.
Honor among thieves. Exactly. Harry, for example, has to live his truths towards the end of the film as well, within the ending of it, which I find really. Harry is effectively the bad guy to this. He is the leader of this book club, as Trey called it this murder book club. Yeah, and he is the one who sends him away. He's Ray Fiennes, an unbelievable performance by Ray Fiennes, just like wall to wall. He's got this like brutalist nature to him that's sort of like juxtaposed with his like cleanly cut, wearing a suit, like very much, like an English gentleman looking guy. And when he comes into the movie, he is just so polar opposite to these two guys. It's phenomenal. Swears a lot though. Swears a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he does. He does. But what are you gonna do?
You're an animate fucking object is one of my all-time favorite lines in any film I think I've ever seen. Talking about the characters then, when you first saw this, did you resonate with them? Did you feel like, did you pick up on all of this stuff, like how deep it is, or was it very much just you were in the comedy, in the moment? Like, how did you go the first time watching this from memory?
Oh, I definitely picked up that it was like a phenomenally well thought out and
Crafted,
like crafted film with like a dual nature. Like, and
Definitely.
but I don't think you can fully appreciate that until you watch it again.
3 or 4 times, easily,
after
for
the
sure.
First time watching it. But no, I definitely saw some of that for sure.
I think I was just more engrossed in the comedy of it. I don't remember having a dark comedy that I resonated so closely with on a first watch. My humor is pretty bleak. I'm like very, very dry, very British humor. And this just hit every single nail. And I was just like, this is goddamn perfect. Like my favorite bit is my absolute favorite bit in this film is when Ken goes up the tower and Ray refuses to go up with him. And the 3 large Americans approach him and they're like, have you been up the tower? And he's like, well, you're not fucking going up there.
First
like,
he goes,
what do you mean?
It's fucking shit.
Yeah, that's right.
And then,
It's shit. Well, you're not fucking going up there. And it's like, why not? It's like, look at you. You're a bunch of fucking elephants.
What exactly are you trying to say?
These are a bunch of fucking elephants.
And it's
you're fucking elephants, aren't you?
but that's not it. But that's not even the funny part. The funny part is that he tries that the large American tries to chase him, and he just gently jogs in circles around the seat, and he can't get him. And he's just
great.
so bleak. And there's a bleakness to this film that like a beautiful bleakness that like.
And then Gleason comes down. And
then he's
comes
like,
down and it's like,
"Oh, you're not
I'd be
going up
careful,
there,
it's
are
quite
ya?"
narrow there. And he's like, you're a fuck off.
Hey, guys, I wouldn't go up there. It's really narrow.
Screw you, motherfucker!
And you're just
You're
like,
a
oh my
rude
god.
man.
And the best acting is when Gleason kind of turns and he's like, fucking Americans aren't, like, and but he takes the second and he knows, like in his heart of heart, he knows that he said something to cause this, but he can't quite place it.
It's just one of so many quotable moments in this film. It's just so quotable. It's up there with like Anchorman for me. I would like, you know how you just sit around when you're younger and make and like quote Anchorman at each other. This is that for me. I'm like, a bottle. A bottle. Like every single time. I just love.
I'm pretty sure I've done this to you before, like where I'm just like, where we get a beer. I vaguely remember doing this like during COVID, and I was like, one gay beer for my one gay friend, or whatever it is. For sure, I've done
once. You do that
I've done
every
that
single
to
time
a
we
lot of
meet
people,
up.
to be honest. It's just really because you're a happy guy, and it's a happy beer.
Of
Anyway,
course, it is always a happy beer.
And that was one gone from my trivia. So I'll take that one out.
Trivia? Talk to me.
No, I've got a little trivia coming for you next, but I did want to touch on something that you touched on with the American. Is there an indictment on America in this film?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
There's like 3 or 4. Like
there's a Canadian character and there's the American characters. So the guy in the restaurant is Canadian.
But that's like not even one I was thinking of, because like I would also kind of be annoyed if someone was. I wouldn't do that. But like if someone was like blowing smoke in my face, not being, you'd kind of be like, all right, can you at least just...
Don't feel like she was though. I feel like he's been oversensitive in that moment. Like, and they're in the smoking area.
No, it's you have no right to say anything. But like
Not
that
at
guy
all.
is of the worst, like not the worst, the worst indictment, I would say. There's like I'm not here to kill 20 black kids in a fucking drive-by when he's offered the guns. Like they're obviously
the
like
Uzi. Yeah.
Yeah, like when he sees the Uzi. There's the fat guy, right? Clearly, I mean, it's like he's in a Yankee hat. He's just clearly obese.
He's actually Welsh, that guy, which is hilarious.
No, you can tell from the accent, but the wife
It's not
put on an
spot
American accent. Yeah. And then there's the fact that like the dwarf is just like a racist American dwarf talking about race wars. Like there's just a lot, there's quite a lot going on that I'm like, there was something here about
the writer whose name's just gone from my head. He directed and wrote this, who is Martin McDonough. He definitely has something against Americans. There's definitely a little bit of spice there, isn't there?
Is he is he English or is he Irish or what?
I'm pretty sure he's Irish. One of the things about the direction of this film, that you're absolutely right, there's definitely something about the Americans, but I think one thing about the direction of the film is it really captures this weird, again, I'm going to keep saying juxtapositions of the characters in this it's a beautiful medieval city town. It's phenomenally beautiful. And you see like Ray and Ken, who are in these drab gray coats the whole time, like very like opposed to this beautiful Christmas town. And all the people there all look super happy and excited. And it is very beautifully created to make this very juxtaposition of them against where they are. And then when you see people like the Americans, the large Americans, who are very different to everybody else,
Yeah,
you
they just
see
don't
there are
really
all
fit
these
in.
right,
Yeah.
and it's almost like it is almost that. It's like a duck out of water, fish out of water film. You know, like a lot of these characters don't even fit in there. You know, the Jordan Prentice character, dwarfism. Again, there's that whole scene about Ken talking about a lot of dwarfs kill themselves because they just can't deal with their size. And it's like there is this weird, beautiful, dark juxtaposition to this whole film, which I just really resonated with.
The other like I just think it's not only is it super funny and not only is it, like saying a bunch of really it's
Like
super
a fairy tale.
It's just at that point to that point, like that was where I was going. There's like this one scene where it's totally unified, but with like all these jumps to different feelings, but it doesn't feel like we talked about Running Man or whatever it was, or it's like, it felt campy, but it wasn't, it felt like separate because of that. This jumps to all different feelings, but it feels completely like well executed in doing so. And there's that, you've had this jolly movie, and then there's that scene where it kind of just takes a turn. And I just don't think there's like anything that goes harder than this. It's like the coldest fucking line in history when you're like, you still don't really quite know what's happening, why they're there. And old Voldemort, what's his name?
Oh, Harry?
Harry calls and they finally pick up, and fucking Gleason tells this great lie about, he feels like he's covering up his mistake that like Colin Farrell's character didn't like Bruges, and he tells this beautiful lie that he's, it's like I've just woken up from a dream. It's a fairy tale or whatever he says. And he's, oh, great. And the coldest line in history. Glad we was able to give him something. And you're just like, oh, fuck. Like, yeah.
Then
and
the
it's
tone
just like, and then it's just like,
but there's no visual cues. There's nothing like directorially. It's just, you feel the energy suck out of Brendan Gleeson. It's so well done.
And he's just on the phone. You see Gleason's face.
It's like,
and you hear,
it's so
he wasn't
good.
a bad kid, was he? He just switches to past tense. And it's just like, oh, fuck, that's what this movie's about. Like the first time I saw it, I did not see that coming, right? Like, obviously, I knew something was coming, but like the way you lulled into this like happy, fun movie, and suddenly it just like changes.
Definitely.
And it's just such a chilling little like the past tense and like the way it's said is a fact, even though he's still alive. Yeah.
I think you always feel like there's a reckoning coming in this film at all times. And you're exactly right. You get to the point where you're like, he saves his life. So Brendan Gleeson saves Colin Farrell's life effectively because he's going to kill himself. But
as he's about to kill him, though. Like,
but that's the greatness about this movie. Like that, you're never sure what is actually going to happen here. So Brendan Gleeson's about to kill Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell brings a gun up to kill himself, and then he stops him, and they stop each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, just as you think perhaps he's got away from the reckoning which is coming his way, just as you're like, oh, he's got away, he's finally getting out of Bruges, the switch to past tense is just killer, and that energy sucks out of that when you're just like, wow, like so well directed. I absolutely love that.
I think it
it's
might be one of my
phenomenal.
favorite moments in film history. That approach with the silenced pistol.
Yeah,
And
and it
it's
comes
just
up the
such a
side.
great 15, 30 seconds. He says, "Sorry, Ray." He is, and it so succinctly ties to the themes, which we'll talk about in a bit, because I guess we'll get there then. But just phenomenal part of the movie. And then what happens after is this is why he deserves the Oscar, man. That scene, he's like, "Why are you trying to kill yourself?" He's like, "I want to eat," sobbing. "I want to be a dead man. Have you been missing something?" Because he was just about to shoot himself in the head. It's just so fucking good. I love this movie.
Again, just so whip smart in terms of the dialogue. It's phenomenal. Let me ask you a question then. There are 4 Oscar nominees in this film. None of them may have won the Oscar for this, but there are 4 Oscar nominees in this film. Can you name the 4 of them?
I mean, in this movie, for this movie? Or
They weren't nominated for this movie. This is just general nominees for Oscars. I mean, there's 3 very obvious ones. Yeah.
Gleason. Colin Farrell's got to be nominated for something.
Yeah. He's been nominated for an Oscar before.
So that it probably isn't Harry's character, because that'd be too obvious.
Not from this movie, but yeah, he has been nominated for an Oscar before. But can you guess who the other Oscar nominee is? Yes, there is. And we've already talked about him, ironically. We've talked about him coincidentally already during this conversation.
Oh, it's either it's either Mance Rayder, the dwarf, or
It's Mance Rayder. It is. You're absolutely right. It's Kieran Hines. So
yeah, I mean, he's pretty famous, so I would have guessed him.
well, I mean, it just speaks to this film. Like it's a low budget, it's a low key, it is a low budget's the right way to frame this. It is created on like a bootstrap, but with so much intent and so much love. Like that's where it becomes a step apart.
Okay, so I've got a bit of trivia for you, and here's what we're gonna do.
Do it to it.
There's 4 fake lines in here. We'll see how many we get through.
How many lines do you got?
I've got 10 at least. We can do less.
God.
How about you just tell me if it's fake or not fake, and I will I'll tell you if you get it right or not.
Quick fire it. Go for it. Let's do
fire.
it.
At what point did all the skinheads become puffs?
Correct. True.
That is true. You are correct. Rules are rules.
Yeah, that's true.
False. It's
What?
basically it's Harry's philosophy, but he never says it.
Ah, okay. All right, okay, got it.
You can't sell horse tranquilizers to a midget.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's true.
If there's a lesson here, it's doing a bit of a shit job of explaining itself.
No, that's not true.
False. Yeah, that's a bad one.
Yes.
What's a fucking lollipop man doing knowing karate?
Yes, my favorite line in the whole film.
Such a great movie.
What's a lollipop man doing knowing karate?
If I grew up on a farm and it was Bruges might impress me, but I don't, and it doesn't.
That's right. That's true. That is actually my favorite line of the whole film. It's just so it is just so out of nowhere he says it. He's just like bang and you're like, "Whoa, okay."
I'm not saying it's a shithole. I'm saying if shitholes had a capital, this would be the tourist office.
No, that's not in the film.
It's false. Yeah.
I like it though.
That one wasn't bad though. I thought you might get
That was
that.
good.
I didn't do it with enough oomph. 2 mangy hookers and a racist dwarf. I think I'm heading home.
You know.
Who
that's
hasn't
in the
been
film.
in that situation? It's life to live, or a lesson to live by. Don't be stupid. This is a shootout.
That's a real one.
Yes, it is a real one. It is a real one. What else do we have? They're filming something. They're filming this.
Oh, it's so good. We haven't even talked about that whole weird.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where the love interest comes into this. Effectively, he's Colin Farrell spots his love. What's her name in this? Chloe spots Chloe on set, talking to the character. Yeah, she's Fleur Delacour, talking to the actors, and he falls in love with her. And there is this weird, like, film being created, film in a film. It's like Inception, which the dwarfs in, and that's where the ending of the film. And I wanted to talk very quickly about 2 things. Firstly, the violence in this, and secondly, the ending. That the violence of this is phenomenal, but it leads to this ending whereby Ray. Do I keep getting these 2? I keep going back and forth between which is Ray. Ray is Colin Farrell's character. Ray gets shot a bunch of times by Harry, and he's stumbling through the set of this film where they're doing a dream sequence, and it's almost like he's in some sort of like hallucination, like
Ketamine trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where he's seeing all this weird shit happening. But the lead up to that is the shootout between Harry and Ray, and it's
Don't be stupid. This is a shootout. Yeah.
you've said this about many things. This film, like something just switches, and all of a sudden it's hyper violent, and so much is happening. Like Brendan Gleeson's character jumping off the top of the tower, like basically killing himself to warn Ray. Harry's just brutality and how good a shot he is. Man, it's wild. It just comes out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
It really is. It really is.
Oh mate, one of my actually, you know what? My favorite line in this is when Harry and Brendan Gleeson sit down right before the main shootout, and Brendan Gleeson's Ken is explaining that he let Ray go. You know, he's on a train, he's leaving, and he says to him, and he goes like, "You don't have the capacity to change. You're a cunt. You've always been a cunt. The only thing that's going to change, you have more fucking kids." And he goes like, "You take that back about my fucking kids
out of it.
You leave my kids out of this." He goes,
Yeah, he's
I
like,
retract
part
the
of
bit about your fucking kids. And there's way too many C words in that, Matt. Please bleep as many as you can.
The beep, the beep.
That is actually my favorite line of this film. It's like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that about your kids. And it's just like, it's so smart, like the dialogue. It just gets me every time. That's the precursor to them going into this really violent action scene. It's wild.
Then again, but even then, it's still like it switches tone a couple times too, because you have this like great Irish music where he like climbs his way back up, you know, and like has his moment, you know, his swan
Brendan
song
before he jumps off.
Yeah.
That's dark. But and I like that how he moves all the people out of the way by dropping coins too. That's a really nice subtle detail.
So did you? That was the thing that did you recognize? Did you realize the kind of motif there?
The motif? No, what was that?
The coins are the same coins that at the start of the movie he gives him $4.90.
He tries to get into the
tries
tower.
to get it, and he gives him 50 because he won't accept $4.90. And like the principle of the matter basically like makes him keep these coins. I'm assuming they're the same coins. I think it was like thought, I think it was intentional. And so he's got these coins in his pocket, and he's able to use them to like stick to their honor code of like not injuring innocent people, and throws the coins down. And I didn't actually notice that connection until this movie or this viewing.
I did not realize that. I did not realize at all. So I've got a couple of miscellaneous notes before we start to move on to tones and themes and things. But first miscellaneous note, I'd completely forgotten that the chase through the streets. I completely forgotten that chase when I watched this. And I've seen this, like I said, I've seen this movie so many times. That whole bit where Ray's been chased by Harry. Obviously, I remember the bit after they get to the after he jumps on the boat. But the whole scene where he's chasing him through the streets to get back so Ray can get his gun. Just completely forgotten that scene existed.
Really?
It's so good as well. It's so good as well, and it's like it's where that switches to action, and the movie just takes a step up. Really great. Another miscellaneous note. Yuri is a character in this who gives the guns. The alcoves. Another fantastic line from this film. He's played by an actor called Eric Gordon. I always thought that for some reason that was John Reno. You're the guy who's in Leon the Professional. I was always that's clearly that guy.
No, because that guy was too goofy. Yeah, that was way more goofy.
But John Reno can play goofy, and I don't know why. Like, I think maybe because there are so many like top tier actors in this, I just assumed it was the same. And the final is there's a bunch of Harry Potter alums in this randomly. A bunch of people who were in Harry Potter. There's like 3 or 4 just out of nowhere. Just like the dwarf. Harry,
that was just a shot in the dark. I had no idea.
Flitwick, he played Flitwick in one of the films.
I just figured there was somebody.
Well, we've talked about Fleur de la Cour. She's in this as well. There's a bunch. There's like 3 or 4. Final question then before we move on to Sons Themes: does Ray survive the ending?
I think he does.
It's meant to be left to interpretation.
It's meant to be ambiguous, but I have an argument for it, and we'll get to it in Tones and Themes.
I have an argument for for and against, but my thought was always that he did.
There is an argument for both.
I always thought he did, except when he's giving his closing dialogue, it is all in very past tense. So watching back this time made me think, oh, maybe he didn't. So yeah, interesting. Tones and Themes then?
Sure. I mean, there's the real theme here, I think, is like the extent that redemption can be even redeemable, like, or like the extent of redemption, like how far can you go before something is irredeemable?
can you redeem someone who's done the most heinous thing possible?
Yeah, I think there's like, that whole argument, and then there's the concept of just honor and moral debts. A dueling system of, I think, honor that like they interrogate that are mostly
Morality.
aligned. Yeah. But I mean, did you have anything other than that? I mean, there's a
No,
bunch you can talk about.
most of those. Guilt, like huge theme running through this whole film.
Yeah.
Just like the dualities of this film, I think are almost pushed to being themes because there's so many of them. It's really,
Yeah.
really like some of the themes in this are so crucial, and I think on a first watch you may not realize that, but like rewatching back 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, it makes it better to realize them.
It's amazing. Like, so the way I think about it, like with this theme is it's a debate between like a cost paid outside of your own suffering. Meaning
Agreed.
like Harry's old point is like, I don't care if he's suicidal, like he should be. Like that is the way you're supposed to feel when you make this mistake. And that is why, he broke the honor code. He did something that, you shouldn't do, which is he killed an innocent, right?
I mean, technically he didn't do it on purpose though. He
But
shot
of course, but like in choosing the life choices he made, those are the stakes.
yeah, of course.
Like,
Yeah, of course.
and Colin, well, I think even Colin Farrell acknowledges that. He says, my life choices to that moment led me to do this thing that if I had not chosen those life choices, like it wouldn't have happened. And I think everyone's agreed on that as like a moral compass, but the difference becomes like a cost pay. I think they all kind of agree. It's just there's a small subtle difference in that, like, because he of his own attrition recognizes that and is willing to take his own life, Gleason views that as the debt paid. Like without having him interfere, he would be dead. And so, and therefore, like he knew the cost of his own actions and therefore deserves redemption. Like because he has the capacity to recognize that and change. Whereas Harry kind of has a more, I think, black and white view of it. But I think you could even spin it the other way because you can say, okay, if you're keeping track of the debt, right? He kills an innocent. Colin Farrell recognizes that, tries to kill himself. Because he tries to do that, the debt is equalized. But because Gleason stops him, he owes the debt, with which he then takes to Harry and says, I owe the debt. I sacrifice myself in favor of it. It's like this ledger, right? That keeps going back and forth.
Yeah, interesting.
And Harry, in recognizing that, goes, okay, that's fine. Like, but I'll let you off because of what you've kind of, even though he doesn't truly believe it. And then, Gleason does end up killing himself. So you'd argue that the debt should be equalized. And then Harry, in still pursuing him, ends up killing someone else who he thinks is a child, which would make the debt go the other way, but it actually wasn't. And he dies. So therefore, you could argue that Gleason was right, is my point. That was not succinctly said, but it's like this web of like ledgers.
Yeah, no,
if you actually try and walk it out.
It's almost like a seesaw with
with
a midget on one side.
You can just like that for the real, but essentially it's like this web of like back and forth where if you actually do the accounting, I think the argument is that the debt was paid because of the way it ends.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's phenomenal. And a great way to wrap up the tones and themes of this. I genuinely, all of that, next time I watch this, which will probably be next week because I like it so much now. It's my new Christmas movie. I will definitely keep that in mind because it's like a swing. It's like swinging from side to side. It's like seesawing. Really interesting point. Question for you then. What are your 3 best and 3 worst for this movie? That's 3 reasons you might want to watch this movie and 3 reasons you might not want to watch this.
I think that like I'm gonna cheat and put 3 in 1, which is motifs, double entendres, and foreshadowing. And so this movie does such a good job. It's got such high rewatch value. So we've talked about it a couple different times, but the first lines in the movie tell you kind of everything that's happening, but they could apply to a couple different things. So it's a bit confusing. The beginning of the scene where Gleason is at the top of the tower and like looks down and has to shoot, like foreshadows what exactly he's going to do later, where someone's going to shoot, why can't I remember Colin Farrell's name? Ray. And he has to jump off to, like, it foreshadows it like completely an hour later. And then I think there's another one where it's like people going around calling you a midget when you want to be called a dwarf. Of course, you're going to blow your own head off. Foreshadowing. That happens in like the first 20 minutes of the movie. Another one where it's like they're in there doing their freaking cocaine binge. And he's like, having the argument about whose side he should be on because his dead wife is a black woman, and they're having this crazy.
But that could be bullshit as well. You know what I mean? That could be him just pushing him. Yeah,
could be complete bullshit. Probably is. And the dwarf says, "I think you need to weigh up all your options and let your conscience decide, Ken." As he's clearly having the debate about what to do with fucking Ray.
Yeah.
Because he's got to kill him the next morning. And then, of course, the one we've already touched on a bit, which is a bottle is a deadly weapon. And it comes back with the woman when he punches the woman because she's got a bottle. There's just so many good, like neatly tied bow moments. So that was my first one.
Perfect. The bit where he's asking, what's the character name? For Jordan Prentice, Jimmy. The bit where he's asking Jimmy if he wants to come back to the hotel room, and he's like, "Do you want some cocaine?"
And then they're like over each other. Iconic, dude. Iconic. That should be on a poster.
I just love that. That should be the poster.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, I love that. That's so good.
So that's my first
the bit where he's like, and then the bit where he karate chops him as he's leaving the hotel room. Fucking love it. He's like, "You don't know karate." Ha!
Yeah, dude, Colin Farrell's wild in this movie. Dialogue, clearly, obviously, doesn't need to be said why.
Amazing.
There's so many fucking good lines. And then the one the one that we haven't really talked about, I think, and it stood out to me at the start of the movie was the music. I didn't realize how Severance like it is, the soundtrack, and I love Severance's soundtrack. And I realized it on this viewing. The music and the cinematography obviously awesome, but the music in this is wild. He must have been inspired by this. The guy who made Severance's soundtrack. It's very similar.
Maybe it's got and it changes pace a lot as well. Like it's not all just soundtrack. There's obviously songs in there as well, and it's got a lot more to it than even I think I realized on previous viewing. So absolutely. Mine are very similar. Just the moral themes of this. I like that seesaw you were talking about is a thing that I maybe hadn't even clarified in my own brain, which I'm going to now watch out for next time I see it. The surprising violence in this, like it just comes at you, and all of a sudden, Brendan Gleeson gets shot in the leg, and he's chasing him down the street, shooting at him, like phenomenal. And then obviously just the dark comedy, all the things you're talking about with the dialogue, whip smart, like. There is not a single line in this which is fat. It is all.
It's so fucking clipped,
fucking
and tight.
Prime Wagyu beef. It's perfect. I don't really have any worsts. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if you have.
I dare you to find one thing wrong with this movie. Like I dare you.
There's not enough Mark Wahlberg in it.
I will fight you to the death. No, what about the one thing I did have one little nitpick, but it's like such a dumb nitpick. That I don't even include it as a worst. The one plot was how did the blind guy that gets shot with the blank, how did he know they were in the tower? He runs up to the tower and tattles.
I think you see, like, I think
maybe you see him. Maybe I missed it.
Seeing them walk by, because like he nods to Harry, I think, and Harry sort of like obviously doesn't really pay him any attention, but like
okay,
yeah,
that would make
you're
sense.
right. There is a little bit there there that like you could make that scene like a second long, but other than that, like it's so
no, it's not even a nitpick. Maybe I just looked away and missed it. Honestly, that's all you needed. So fair enough.
It's trim. It's a perfect film. Okay, tell me then quickly. Can you guess for me the current IMDb score for this?
I want to give it way higher than I know it's going to be, but I'm sure it's like I'm going to be crazy and give it like an 8.7.
No, it's a 7.9.
What a fucking travesty.
Yeah, not sure about that one. Really not sure.
Travesty.
However, can you guess me the Rotten Tomatoes score?
Yeah, I mean got to be like 92.
It's 84. I still think that's pretty good. I still think 84. Like, if I was looking through Rotten Tomatoes, I was looking for a film and I went in Rotten Tomatoes, it's like 85. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm definitely going to watch that.
I got to remember that, like, this is like my kind of movie. Like,
me too.
Girl who's watching Hallmark movies is not giving this like a.
Whoa, it's a Christmas movie. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know if that's flying the same way. Yeah.
It's definitely not. Guess within the Letterboxd score, which is always 3.6, but never 3.6.
3.9.
It's 4.1. So the only one that exceeded your
Letterboxd.
expectations. Yeah, Letterboxd.
Yeah.
You're like getting a good reevaluation. Finally, then we do our rating system, which is a little bit unnecessary this week, but we always ask the question, is this better or worse than the most average movie out there, which is Aquaman 2018? DL?
This is like elite movie territory.
Yeah,
elite I can't. I'm trying to like think of what's better for me, and like every time I watch this movie, I find a hard time. I can't think of a better movie than this movie when I'm watching it. It's elite.
This is like I say, it's my Mount Rushmore of comedy movies for sure. You know, like I think probably on there things like Monty Python, Quest for the Holy Grail. I mentioned Anchorman before. Those types of films are up there. There's probably others that I'll think of a fourth one for next time, but that's like this is on that Mount Rushmore. It's perfect. Okay, then let's wrap up with a little bit of trivia, true or false. You happy with that?
Love it. Love it.
Okay, let's do it then. Trivia true, trivia false, DL. When discussing the painting The Last Judgment, Brendan Gleeson's Ken mislabels it as being painted by, I'm never going to say this right, Hermanus Bosch. No idea how to say that first name. When in fact it was actually painted by Hans Memling. Is that true or is that false?
I remember this scene, but I don't remember who they say is the artist. So this is just a 50-50 shot. I'm going to say it's true.
This is the one I made up. This is actually false. I wanted
To be fair, of course he wouldn't misname it. They would have made him. That's an obvious one. Yeah.
That was a thing that I was kind of contemplating in this. I was like, it would have been quite nice for Ken to have a couple of flaws in this too, so he wasn't, completely juxtaposed to Ray. But I mean, he's effectively the moral compass of this film, which is really interesting. So I really like that scene where they're looking at that Last Judgment painting as well, because it basically like sets up the whole ending of the film and that whole weird dreamlike scenario where he's been shot. Really interesting.
And he's also just like, it's also like the most depressing shit.
Is it
you
not?
Can, like you think about, like you actually feel for Ray in that moment, because you're like, dude, he is having this horrible like moral conundrum. It's like the most depressing things you could look at just without understanding what the meaning is, and then they tell you it's the Judgment Day, and he's like,
but that's the one thing he liked when he was there. That's the weirdest part. It's the one thing he engaged with. It's so weird.
But it made him fucking. But as soon as he thought he liked it, he goes, "It's Judgment Day," and he goes, "Oh, do you believe in that kind of stuff?"
Like, yeah, that's a really good set of conversations in this film. Okay, quick trivia, true, trivia, false. In order to create the feeling of the holiday season, Christmas decorations were left up on the streets in Bruges until the end of March. True or is that false?
True.
It is true. The town council made an official communication to the people of Bruges explaining the reasons why. They must have used all of Bruges for this. They must have just kept it on lockdown in Christmas mode. Just leave them up. When you get to March, just leave them up. Leave them up for next year.
It's not that big of a city town, so. But it makes me, this is one point I've never been. I went in summer, so I need to go in winter when it's like, wintry. Yeah, next Christmas or something.
When it's like a fairy tale.
Like a fairy tale.
God, dude. Trivia, true, trivia, false, DL. The word fuck and its derivatives are said 126 times in this movie. True or is that false?
True.
It is true. The movie is 107 minutes, which means it's averaging 1.18 fucks per minute.
Nice.
Isn't that amazing?
Nice.
Solid. Love that. They're talking about whip smart dialogue. Just fuck every second.
Dude, there's so much.
Finally, trivia, true, trivia, false, DL. The screenplay contains a scene after the shootout, revealing, among other things, Ray survived his wounds and the murdered boy's name was Tobias. Is that true or is that false?
False.
It's true. There was a bunch of cutscenes for this, especially with like Harry and stuff. So apparently there's a cutscene where Matt Smith, the actor who you'll know from many things, Doctor Who, etc., Terminator, played a young version of Harry, which a lot got cut. So I actually think it was good that they cut this right down. 107 minutes is quite choppy for a film. There's definitely no fat there, but I think it makes sense to not have. I don't want to. I like the ambiguity of whether Ray dies or not.
I don't need it.
Know.
I don't need it because honestly, the less is more with this. He's in a suburban home in a nice area. You can tell he's the kind of guy that, like, because he's lived by a code, has been able to somehow like live both worlds a bit and get out of like street grime. Harry. So
street grime.
I think it gave you everything, like that just little subtle bit. Yeah. That little subtle bit gave you everything you kind of really needed to know.
100%. All right, guys. Ultimately, this is one of my favorite movies, I think, probably of all time. I love this film. It's phenomenal. Go away, check it out if you haven't seen it. It is a Christmas movie. Dre proved it above all doubt. Huge thanks to everyone for sticking with us this year. Thank you for a massive 2025. We moved to video. My God, we've done so many things in 2025.
Wild. for better or worse.
It's still only just 8 a.m. here. I do not look my absolute best. But thank you all so much for sticking with it. DL, do you want to wrap up the show?
Yeah, dude. I appreciate all you guys for listening. A big thank you to Matthew Bliss for editing and mastering this week's episode. Go give him a 5-star review on his podcast. Give us one too, and all that good stuff. If you'd like Matt to be a part of your podcasting team, get in touch on business@mbpod.com or head to mbpod.com to find out about his services. I think his new podcast is called Rethink Podcasting. Is that what it's
Rethink
called?
Podcasting.
Yeah. And if you want to hear it, listen to it about, all sorts of the business around podcasting and that kind of stuff.
Making podcasts work for you. Absolutely. Give us a 5-star review while you're there, guys. Like, subscribe, all the things. We're everywhere. We're social medias. We're YouTubes. We are on all of the podcast platforms. We've got our own website, www.podcastassemble.com. You find all our details there. Send us stuff. We love it if you do. And do the best thing you can this Christmas. Give the gift. Podcast Assemble. Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you all so much, DL.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Tally ho.
Toodaloo.